This time on SlickWorks, I'm going to show you guys how to take your 50-year-old, disgusting, old, worn-out vinyl top and make it look brand new again without spending thousands on upholstery. Nice, just out getting some pho and make some friends. So this is what we're working with here. Yeah, it's kind of stained. A lot of this might come out, but this is the worst part. Have a looky here. Yes, this disgusting fluff. What are we gonna do with that? Well, I know exactly what we're gonna do with that, as well as all of these cracks, all this disgustingness. And you might be saying to yourself, well, Slick, my vinyl top looks even worse than that. Don't worry, I'm gonna purposely make this look even worse than it is, just to prove that you can come back from pretty much anything with this. As long as the structure on the bends and stuff is there, but even that, you can, just stay tuned, You guys are gonna like this. So, first things first, I'm gonna wash the whole vinyl top down with glass cleaner, and then blow it nice and dry, and then acetone or gun wash. I'm gonna use gun wash, you can use acetone. Gun wash, probably one good go over everything. If you use acetone, it's a little bit less strong, so maybe 2 or 3 good goes over with acetone, and that'll be a good base before we start sanding on a vinyl top. Yes, sanding on a vinyl top. All right, vinyl top is nice and clean, and this is not just dirt, but this is actually vinyl dye and color that came out of the top with my gun wash. So it is definitely looking a lot cleaner. It's looking a lot lighter. You can see some of the paint came off around the windows and stuff. This, I have an idea for that too. We're gonna fix that up nice and get a closer look at that for you guys. Yeah. Yeah, so now I'm gonna start sanding on her after I mask off the interior, because I just got the interior finished. I'm sure that these episodes have come before this one, but absolutely love how the interior looks. Just totally sick. I actually took my 8-year-old out all day. We were out all day. Took her to church in the race car, and then we went out for lunch and did a whole bunch of burnouts and donuts, and she just had an absolute blast. It was wonderful. And I suppose now would probably be a good time to say that I've never done this before. I have no idea what I'm doing. Sort of. I mean, I understand the properties of certain products and how they're meant to be used. So I'm just kind of tweaking that and adapting it to a vinyl top, which I don't think I've ever seen anyone do successfully before. So this could be the first successful vinyl top repair video on YouTube. Stay tuned.
And here we witness the majesty of the Mojave Desert.
Or it's just a cracked up 50-year-old vinyl top. So this is what I'm dealing with here. A whole bunch of this fuzzy, fluffy, horrible stuff is floating around my shop now. I'm assuming that's plastic based, so I'm gonna get my heat gun and bring it in nice and close and see if we could shrink some of that stuff down. Opened up a big crevasse right here on the top. That's gonna be fun to fix. The sides are pretty decent, not so bad. I think this is gonna be kind of difficult right on the corner there, but We got ways of fixing that. This is also, yeah, also really bad. Also really bad. But I've got an idea. I still think we're gonna get pretty close to brand new looking again. I'm gonna mask off the rear window and we're gonna move on to the next step. Alright guys, so while I was cooking the wispies, I was using the back of my screwdriver to just kind of push it down so that we have not too much sticking up. It is really ugly, but it's a good start. It's a good start. This is going to be a bit of an issue. This is really flappy. I tried heating that up and sticking it down. I have an idea for that, but I think it's going to take a little bit more than the first step of our repair here. So for the first step of our repair, we're going to spray the whole thing down with the adhesion promoter. Very important. And after that, we're going to get serious with this thing. Okay, so now that we have adhesion promoter on there, we got a nice, clean, tacky, sanded surface. The whole thing's sanded down with 80 grit. We're going to hit it with some beige rocker guard coating, gravel guard by Dominion Sure Seal, Proform, and Sem also have a really good one. I'm going with beige because it's a nice base color for the coat that we're going to be putting on top of it. A similar color, just a little bit darker tan. Yeah, so we're going to use this. I'm going to spray it down, and then I'm actually going to use a filler spreader to spread it into the cracks. And I think that'll lay down a nice base for us to start working with here. Oh, come on. Well, now you can see you've seen someone spread European gravel guard with a Bondo spreader. Yeah, so you can see I sprayed it on and then I just pulled it back just to get it in all the cracks nicely. So we got a solid base for the next layer that we're going to put on it, which will be tomorrow. We're going to let this stuff fully cure overnight. And then tomorrow I'm going to get some 3M Easy Sand, which is a fantastic product. It goes on like filler. It's a 2-part epoxy sort of thing. You spray it on with a 2-part mix, you spread it out, and then it sands, but it is super flexible, and as the name states, it's easy to sand. So I'll show you guys how we're gonna work with that. For a lot of the smaller cracks, I'm hoping we won't even need it, because we might need those smaller cracks to kind of add to the texture of the vinyl. It might look kind of original, how it has like, you know, this sort of design in it, but I'm not sure. We're gonna cross that bridge tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Okay, next day in the shop, all this stuff is cured up, and you can see it's got flex to it. You see this bounciness? So that's what we're after, because we want to replicate the original sort of finish, because these roofs are kind of spongy, right? So this area turned out okay. I think I'm gonna sand that flat with. We're gonna hit this whole thing with 80 grit again, because the gravelized European texturized, the beige rocker guard coating is gonna give us our texture that will cover up any 80 grit sand scratches. So I'm gonna go ahead, hit the whole roof with 80 grit again, and then we're gonna start filling in this stuff with some easy sand. All right, so we're all done. So I started with 80 grit, but it actually kind of chewed up more of the fibers. So 80 grit, not the best, oddly enough. 60 grit, even rougher on a 3-inch disc on an angle grinder, worked, made it much smoother. I guess like the speed helped speed it up, soften what was there. So it is quite a bit smoother now. So I've got this whole thing sprayed down with adhesion promoter. So now I'm gonna mix up the easy sand and go to town on it. Okay, so here it is, and although it looks totally wet, it is fully cured. And I'll show you what I mean about the flexibility of easy sand. This is why this stuff is so wonderful. You see this? See that flex? That's what we're looking for, because you got all that foam underneath, and Yeah, so it'll flex and work perfectly for what we need it for. But before I start that, I got these holes that I filled up and they're still a little bit low, so I'm gonna sand these out first, give it another little skim. I got barely any easy sand left in here, so I'm gonna give it another skim on that side and the other side, as well as any other low spots that I find. And while that stuff's curing up, I'm gonna go ahead and sand out the whole top of the roof. Well, it turns out you can bodywork and fill a vinyl top. Very happy with how it turned out. So I don't need to tell you guys that it is not as good as a brand new vinyl top, but it's got the squishiness, it's soft. Yeah, this stuff, okay, have a look at this here. So right here, you see how smooth of a gradient that is? That means that we have proper adhesion, otherwise it'd be all peeling up around the edges. So this is good to go. We're ready to shoot this with some gravel guard to get a good base on it. There's a few spots where it kind of chewed through, so I don't really know how that's going to turn out, but I'm completely out of easy sand, so we're going to go ahead and shoot this. So starting again, adhesion promoting the whole thing, going to wait 5 or 6 minutes, let it tack off, and then psh. Oh, by the way, when we sanded out the easy sand, this was definitely not 80 grit. It went a little bit more mild. We're using a 150 grit flavor on this one, just so that we don't chew into the existing vinyl top too bad. But very happy with how this is turning out. Let's get some color on it. Four hours later, the gravel guard is cured up. The texture is a little too coarse for my liking, so I'm gonna sand it down. But I've just had the heat cranked up in the shop, so she's done. Next plan, get a little spot putty. Any little nicks or holes, or there's just a few. There's not many, but there's a few of them. Here we go. So we're just gonna fill these up with some of the red, quick and easy spot putty, and then I'm just gonna give it a quick buzz. And earlier I said we're gonna get some color on it, but this beige is not so much for the color, more so for the texture, so that it'll hide any sanding scratches or imperfections. So by the end of tonight, this thing is gonna be fully 100% done. Yeah, it's coming along really well. So I just gotta scuff this whole thing. I'm gonna wash it all down with a little wax and grease remover, and then we're gonna shoot the actual color on it, and it'll be done tonight. Okay, well, I said red spot putty, but that is the wrong way of doing it. I got a screwdriver and got out as much as I could, and I got just enough to fill up my pinholes with easy sand. Don't use spot putty. That was stupid advice. Alright, so I've sanded out the whole roof with 320 grit on a DA, and now I'm just using Scotch-Brite to get inside the texture. You notice I sanded off a lot of the texture, but I kept enough to make it resemble vinyl, especially once we have some paint on there. It's gonna look legit. It's not gonna look like there's any filler in there at all. So you see this shininess? There's still gonna be some shininess in spots that even the Scotch-Brite can't reach. So that's where adhesion promoter comes in. So we're gonna go ahead, blow this right off, give it a good coat of adhesion promoter, probably two mist coats. And then I'm gonna get to spraying on this stuff. And this stuff's really interesting. It sprays on, the color barely changes. It's almost like a super reduced candy suspended in a clear coat. But this is actually working out so well. It's interesting knowing like the properties of using the procedure of plastic bumper repair and plastic part repair actually works on vinyl. And you can see it's soft, it's squishy, it's not gonna crack. It's totally good. It's totally good. I cannot wait to see this finished. Well, there we have it, guys. You know, I gotta be happy with those results. Like that looks awesome. If you look at it super up close, you can see some imperfections. Nobody is gonna notice any imperfections. That looks absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to see it outside because here the lights are directly above, so you can see some of the shadows here. Outside, it's gonna look perfect. I just know it will. That is amazing. Seriously, instead of spending what, $2,000, $3,000 on reupholstery, like this has taken one day. I started this morning, and I walked away after the European gravel guard was sprayed on there and cranked up the heat for about 4 hours, but it is now 12:47-ish. Yeah, one day. Look at those results. And that's a wrap for this episode, guys. And of course, the question on your mind is probably the same question that's on my mind, which is longevity. After a hot summer, how's it gonna hold up? Is the heat gonna make it bubble? Is the UV gonna make the color fade? Is rain gonna damage it? I don't know. So I'm gonna leave this episode up. If a year from now it goes bad, I'm gonna pull the episode. So if it's been more than a year and you're watching this episode, the vinyl top still looks great and I'm still happy with the results. And as always, guys, if you guys learned something like I did, or just found this interesting, a subscribe would be appreciated. Remember, guys, if you subscribe, it enables me to say yes to more bad decisions and financial mistakes. Stay tuned for the full paint job on this car. Thanks for watching. Bye.